Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you this evening? My name is Staff Sergeant Ryan Mullins, and along with myself and the gentleman that you see before you, we make up members of the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps stationed at beautiful Fort Myer, Virginia. Yeah. So Fort Myer, Virginia is very special to us, not only because it houses the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps, but we also are home to some other specialty platoons, such as the Caisson Platoon, which is the horse and buggies that carry their soldiers into Arlington National Cemetery to their final resting place. We also have the Presidential Salute Battery. What else do we have? Oh, and most importantly, which I'm sure most of you know, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So the Corps was founded in 1960 and has participated in every inaugural parade since President John F. Kennedy. And that's one of the titles that we are very proud to carry as the official escort to the President of the United States. So the next selection of tunes that we would like to play for you is one that we would play at the White House for visiting dignitaries and heads of state. So this is known as Troop in Review.
So you may have noticed that we start almost all of our musical phrases with a little roll pickup, which is the 7-stroke roll, and you may have also noticed that it's typically not always right in time with the downbeat. There's a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a breath before each phrase, and this is traditional performance practice for ancient fife and drum style music that dates back to the Revolutionary War period. And essentially what we do is, acting in place of a conductor, we use our left hands and lift, and that's kind of a visual cue and prep that allows us to play together without any other source of time in front of us. And that's what we use to cue the rest of the corps as well to start each phrase. So as we continue to play, just see if you can kind of notice that. It's a very unique style of what we do and try to represent in the style of music that we play.
The next thing we like to play is a parade sequence. It's a medley sequence of tunes that are of the Baroque style, which is not typically what you think of with fife and drum. Like the drummers, we kind of pushed back a little bit when we heard about this. We're like, what's going on? In the first corps rehearsals of it, we were constantly being asked, can you guys play quieter, play quieter? We're like, we're inside, it's fife and drum, can we just play, you know? But it reminded me a lot of, every percussionist who's been in a band or an orchestra rehearsal has a similar story to this where, the conductor is doing some repetitions of a certain part of the show or the song, and maybe it's a crash or a boom, and he said, can you just a little softer next time? So you play it a little softer, and then he stops the group, and he said, even softer. So the next time, you just don't play it at all. It's just kind of fake it. It's perfect. That's often what it felt like working on this piece. But I thought it would be a pretty cool way to showcase some touch and stylistic things that maybe aren't quite as normal as you'd see with fife and drum. There's a lot of softer playing and playing in the mezzo region. So this is our parade sequence number 5.
next we're going to be playing a few solos for you guys. The first one is going to be called Cannon. So there's a part in this solo where the bass drums mimic the sound of cannon fire or a cannon shot. So I really want you guys to listen in and see if you can pick that part out.
Thank you very, very much. We just have one more solo for you guys. We want to say sincerely thank you so much for having us. This is such a treat when we get to come out and play for a group of musicians, a group of drum corps fanatics. So thank you sincerely. It's been great being here. Thank you. The last drum solo that we're going to play is our newest. I am fortunate enough to serve on the drum arranging staff. I wrote this solo with Sergeant First Class Shane Nichols, who's not here tonight, but we wrote it last year, and it's our new solo. It's called Devil's Fury. It's really quiet and slow. No, not so much. But we have a lot of fun playing it. It is based off of an old fife and drum tune, originally played by the Sons of Liberty Fife and Drum Corps from Brooklyn, New York, called Devil's Flute. So we took that idea, and maybe some of you are familiar with that drum beat. Try and catch it. If not, whatever. It's fast and loud. Enjoy. This is Devil's Fury. Thank you for having us.